Hello, this is Sheshachalam from Astroguide Mysore. So today let us go into the class of Mercury in the sixth house. Let us try to understand what actually happens when Mercury, one of the fastest moving planets, one of the smallest planets, when it is positioned in the sixth house. One should first, as I do these classes, I explain the qualities of the sixth house which actually get, influenced by Mercury when it is placed there. So, the sixth house is also for Shaurya, courage. As the third house is for courage, sixth house is also for courage. The third house, there is a sportsmanship courage where actually the Bahubala, the strength of the arms is shown. But the sixth house is also strength. And where does this strength come? It comes from the abdomen. The muscles of the abdomen are the strongest muscles apart from the muscles of the heart. Very strong muscles. Once you develop those abs, you know how much your capability physically increases. And this is the sixth house and minded. It has the karakatvas of competitiveness, sportsmanship, service, and enemies. Vanquishing enemies. And in such a place, when you have a strong malefic and a strong planet like Mars, which is a Karaka for the sixth house, a person becomes physically strong and physically competitive and also sometimes physically aggressive. So, if the same sixth house is posited with benefic slow moving planets like Saturn, which is also the Karaka for the sixth house, and also Jupiter, which is not the Karaka for the sixth house, is not a good placement, but still the person will get a lot of patience, he will show competitive spirit once again, but with hard work, with never unnecessarily, going and meddling with other people's business. No, Saturn and Jupiter are very decent with regard to what they are doing, where they are doing, and how they behave in the society. So, good comprehension. They can understand things because they go slow and steady. Now, as a benefic, if Mercury is the benefic for that particular ascendant and it is placed in the sixth house, then, or there is another planet which is also fast and benefic, which is Venus, these people get overexcited. They have anxiety issues, they have this inferiority complex because it is the reverse of aggression. It is not depression, but still these people have inferior ideas of how to handle enemies, or they are mentally very active. That means these people also can vanquish their enemies, but they do not use their physical self, they use their mental self. If the ascendant lord is well placed, very strong, and also if Mercury is very well placed in the chart in the sixth house, these people can be shrewd in their business attitude and also with regard to enemies. They can vanquish their enemies by using their brain power. They don't fight physically there, but they make somebody else fight for them. So that's what is Mercury. But if it is malefically posited, weakly posited in the sixth house, this person will suffer from inferiority complex and fear. There will be, frustration and anger, which will be an issue. Anger management will be a problem because of this particular position. A person might get palpitations, anxiety, insomnia, nervous breakdowns, and nervous dysfunctions, and so many other problems. If Mercury is weak and malefically disposed in the sixth house. Weak and malefically disposed in the sixth house. Just being weak does not make Mercury malefic. It has to be malefically disposed, or it has to be a malefic for that particular ascendant. So these things have to be understood. This is not an easy subject. So people think that we can become astrologers just like that. Just like that, if I could have become astrologer, I could have been practicing from 30 long more years, 35 years, because I have been studying astrology from 35 years. So I did not practice that long. That means it takes a lot of hard work to understand each and every position, the placement of a planet in each degree, in the avasthas, so many things are there. So the sixth is the 12th from the 7th. This is the most important factor. And it is also the 7th from the 12th. Please try to understand these 2 points. It is 12th from the 7th, that is, the 7th house is representative. It represents the external transactions of a person, that is with regard to business activities, how a person will communicate in this society with regard to his flair, charm, etc. And also, the one major portion of the seventh house which we keep talking is about the spouse, the marriage, marital happiness, relationships, and all this. So the 12th from the 7th house is the 6th house, which actually destabilizes the 7th house. And when Mercury, a very fast moving, conscious, active planet, a shrewd planet, a very, very sensitive planet is sitting there, it destabilizes the 7th house. And how does it do it? Does it always break the marriage? It doesn't always break the marriage, but most of the times when Mercury is very strongly posited, it doesn't allow the person to marry early at all. It will delay the marriage because the person himself, the native himself, will not have the concept of getting married early. So he would want to settle down in his life. He would be very good in mathematical problem solving, factors, and he would also be very good as a banker and an investment banker into neuro, as a neurosurgeon or a skin specialist or a hair specialist, a dermatologist. So many things are there which people do apart from marriage. So that is where the emphasis is put when there is a strong Mercury placed in the sixth house. But if it is a weak Mercury, and also here the weak Mercury also plays a part when it is placed in the sixth house, from that is the 12th from the 7th, and still and is also malefically disposed, then there is a strong chance that in the Dasha Bhukti of Mercury, the misunderstanding between, because Mercury is for communication, so misunderstanding between the husband and the wife, that's the native and his spouse, might happen. So that is very important. And also, Mercury in the sixth house is also generally known for bad relationships and not much stable relationships. So, along with Mercury being in the sixth, if the Lord of the Ascendant is weak, then the person will lose temper unnecessarily. He will be short tempered, he will show his anger, he will show his frustration, he will start unnecessarily bringing out pessimism or be very critical on every situation because he is not able to handle it. So, this is one very important thing of the sixth house. People who have strong sixth house, they can socially handle events. That is because they can handle all pockets of the society. Event management is not a simple issue. You need to have brains and also the tactics of the society. So, if Mercury is strong and well positioned in the sixth house, if it has given rise to a Viparit Raj Yoga, these people can be fantastic salesmen. They are very good in marketing and also in event management. So, this is one thing which they can make a lot of money from. So, if Ascendant Lord is strong and well placed, then the native will clear all the exams on top. He will be in flying colors. He will come out with flying colors. He will make excellent progress in his professional world. And why professional world? Because it is the ninth from the 10th house. The 7th house becomes the 10th from the 10th, that is profession, and again what decides your profession, that is the 7th house. So 6th house is the 9th from the 10th, that is the Bhagya Sthana for the 10th house. So one area of life, when a person loses something, the other area he gains a lot. So this is how the charts have to be seen. You can't tell that a person has lost something, that means his whole life is gone. No, nothing like that. he loses in one zone of his life, one area of his life, like relationship or something, but his professional career is shooting up like a rocket. He will be doing very well there. So these things we have to see. And that point, what I had told you, that 12th from the 7th and 7th from the 12th. The 6th house becomes the 7th from the 12th house, and because of this opposition, all opposite houses which are 7th from each other are called opposites. So the 12th house means peacefulness, harmony, able to accept things. Unnecessary confrontation is not at all there in this, it's not required in the world. So that is what is the 12th house. But when you have a weak Mercury in the 6th house, or you have a very malefically placed Mercury in the 6th house, it will start destabilizing the 12th house also, because you will need a good strong planet in the 6th house which can actually give support to the 12th house. Here what actually is happening is that if you have a malefically debilitated or a weak Mercury in the 6th house, it will destabilize the 12th house, where actually a native will have good sleep. It's called bed pleasure, Shayana Sthana, Shayana Sukha Sthana. So it will have a lot of bearing on the 12th house, and this also has to be checked and confirmed only after understanding the strength and position of the 12th Lord, and also other planetary aspects on the 12th house. So, 6th house Mercury with a strong malefic creating a Raja Yoga, this person will be emotionless, merciless with his enemies, because he has the brain and he also has the power. God bless such a strong combination it becomes. These enemies, God only has to protect them. When Mercury is strong and there is a strong negative planet like Mars or Saturn, and then it has given rise to a very strong Raja Yoga. Or else, if there is Saturn with Mercury in the 6th house, it is called Buddhi Manda Roga Yoga. That means Buddhi is Buddha, Manda is Saturn, Roga is the 6th house, and all these three together gives the Buddhi Manda Roga Yoga, which is nothing but slow learning or retardation, or also we can simply define these people as going through tough time to understand what actually is happening around them. Some people call them dumb, or some people call them slow, some people call them this and that, but they have their own difficulties because it is a medical condition. It is not, this Buddhi Mandara Roga Yoga should not be unnecessarily taken as a point, a factor to judge the person's capability. No, these things happen in life. We have seen people with slow life, but they catch up very, very, very fast in their life later on, and they achieve good heights. It's as the slow and steady wins the race. But still, if Mercury is weak, debilitated, and Buddhi Manda Roga Yoga has happened, then it will be little difficult. We need to see the strength of the ascendant. We need to pick up this by giving psychological motivational counseling and also many other things which actually will motivate the native to do something good in life. So, normally, Mercury in the 6th house is not considered good, because these people will not be able to tell their points out frankly, and openly. So usually these people, keep the hatred within themselves. They don't forgive people because they have been trampled, tortured, or some oppression, something they have gone through, some nonsense in their life. But these people will remember that, like an elephant. They will remember it throughout their life, and they will seek an opportunity where they can actually, bring out their frustration. But once again, they will not do it directly. They will get it done by somebody else, or something will happen. Then only they will be happy. So unless that is given back, these people don't rest. So 6th house Mercury weak. That doesn't mean that this person from inside will not have the energy or the spirit to you know withstand, or object certain atrocities in this world which is happening. if it happens to him also, he will not be able to immediately stop it, but still these people inside, they will have the vengeance. So people with Mercury in the sixth house or Mars in the sixth house, which is Tadviruddha, is very strong. Please do not unnecessarily, give trouble to these people, because you will be in danger, because until they are there on this earth, one or the other day they will give this back. They will not keep it with them. They cannot keep it with them. Mars will give it back immediately, and Mercury will wait and wait and wait patiently for the day when he can do something. So, or he will give back. If you socially abuse somebody, and if that fellow has a Mercury in the sixth house, he will wait for the day where he can humiliate you to such an extent that you will really feel bad that you should not done that mistake that day. So please, you will not be able to understand who has sixth house Mercury, but still the character of unnecessarily troubling somebody should stop. Okay. Meditation, meditation, and meditation. This is the only one sutra which can help these people to reduce unnecessary mental activity. Obsessive compulsive disorders, problems of the mind and the brain can be easily seen, because sixth house is also Rogasthana. A weak, fragile body because of Mercury in the sixth house, these people have to do some physical exercises, particularly swimming. The triathlon, let us say that swimming, running, and cycling, these three are the best for these people, because the active muscles have to be built, because the brain muscles are already there. The brain is working very fast. The body also has to be fit, and it should be complementing the brain and the thinking. These people are very good in chess and any tactical investments. Fantastic stock market investors if Mercury is well placed, and hopelessly bad investors if it is badly placed. So you should understand, this is either in 1 or either in 0 or 100. So please, if you have Mercury in sixth house, simply don't jump into the conclusion that you can do anything in stock market. No, you should get it verified as to whether really that Mercury can give you something in its Dasha period. So, friends are the most important thing for this particular horoscope, where Mercury is in the sixth house, because either they can build your career and build your life, or they can break your life. So, choose your friends and choose whom to be with and whom not to, and restrict yourself from unnecessarily getting involved in mischievous behaviors, only because of that moment of fun. You people might unnecessarily get involved into dangerous acts. So sixth house Mercury, people should have patience, and they do not have patience. The best thing to do is meditation, meditation, and meditation for them. So thank you very much for today's class. I hope I have covered a good lot of subject. Thank you.